Alright, so now I'm going to show you how you can use almost any image that you can find on the internet to pull out almost perfect displacement map out of it. So we have this beautiful image that I found on the Bravo's website. So I really like this image of these coastal cliffs here, and I wanted to use this as a 3D model. So I wanted to convert this image into actual 3D model. So that's the goal. So what I did, I just screen grabbed it, like along with the boats and this menu UI. So I just used Windows Shift S and just screen grabbed it, so like this. Then I went into Gemini and uploaded it here, and just kindly asked it to remove the boats, text with buttons, and make the lighting in the photo an overcast day with ambient shadows, blah blah blah. Well, to be honest, it didn't do the well, it removed the boats and the button, but in my opinion, it didn't do a very good job on the removing the sunlight. So I would expect something like better. But anyway, that's totally fine. It will do just fine. So that's it, and that's what I ended up with. I will show you the end result. So that's it, and that's absolutely fine. We're going to use it. And what I did next, I just switched to Blender, and here in the end panel, I switched to TrueDepth. And first of all, I will make sure that I have the GPU mode enabled, this one, because this is the fastest mode. Then I will switch to large mode, large model, which gives the most precise results. Then I will click the open, and I will switch to downloads, and there I have my coastal cliffs. Then I will quickly generate the depth map like this. Nice. And then I will delete my legendary cube, and I'm ready to create the mesh. So I will click the create mesh button here. Voila, I have it. So as you can see, it's already, we have something going on here, all right? So we can up the resolution to something like 7. That will make it even more crisper, really. And then I want to extrude it a little bit more. So I will go here and I will put here something like 2 even. Nice. And as you can see, folks, we already have a fantastic base. You see? How cool is that? Well, of course, you can go even further and remove this part. You can remove this part. But you know what? I'm not going to actually remove this part because I think it will serve as a good base for the ocean plane that we're going to create in a second. So what I will just do, since I think that this thing is a little bit too bumpy, so we don't need that much of a bumpiness and detail. So I will probably downscale to something like 0.1. That's going to take care of it a little bit. Yeah. So just check this out, folks. That's absolutely crazy. In just a second, we were able to go from this, which is, by the way, not that of high resolution. We were able to go to this, which we can definitely use in our 3D scenes, right? That's absolutely fantastic. And then what I will do, I will just quickly convert this to mesh so that it's lightweight, because otherwise we will have a lot of things going on in the modifier stack. And then I want to just rotate it just a little bit, maybe something like that. Not that important, but still. And then I will go to render properties. I will switch to cycles, to GPU. Then I will up it to something like this. I will leave the noise off for now, and I will let me see what I have here. And by the way, I want to use an actual HDRI, and for this I will be using the HDRI Dome Studio, which is which was added into the latest version of TrueDepth, TrueDepth add-on version 3. Absolutely amazing feature. So I will switch to 360. And then I will most probably delete this one because I don't need the depth map anymore. And I will delete this one. And I'm going to search for the HDRI. And I think I will use this one. So yeah, that looks fine. Create HDRI DOM. Nice. Let's see what we have in render view. Okay, cool. So as you can see, we have very cool HDRI dome, but it's quite small. So let's upscale it a little bit. For that, we have this world size parameter. Let's do it something like 300 meters. Nice. And then I will probably switch it to box. Fantastic. So now we're ready to position and composition, to build a composition out of our, like using our models. So then I'm going to rotate the dome, or rather the box that contains our HDRI now, so that we have the shadows similar to what we have in our original image on Bravo's website. Nice. And just check this out, folks. This is so beautiful. All the details, all the bumps, all the features, all the relief. We have it now. And then, of course, you can go back and play with exposure, of course. Like this. You can increase gamma a little bit. But just probably for this particular HDRI, probably let's leave it as it is. It's really all about tweaking. So I'm quite happy with what I have now. So now I will just quickly switch to another amazing add-on. It's real water. And I will grab, let's say, this one. And I will do import preset. Now we're underwater. So let me pull it down a little bit, because I want this to cover just this base, you know. Oops. Like this. The waves are quite high now, but don't pay attention to that. We will fix that really quick. And then I'm going to increase the size of it to something like this, probably. Nice. And now we've completely lost the waves, but again, no worries. We will fix that. So now, let's go. Let's select the real water plane here, or rather the box. And here are the controls of the real water add-on, and I want to increase the wave scale to something like, I don't know, maybe 600. No, maybe 2000. Oops, not 200, but 2000. Yeah, that's better. Maybe even 3000. And I will increase the roughness so that it's not that happy shiny, happy reflective, like this. I will also increase the foam. Here we have the foam settings. How cool is that? That's absolutely amazing. I love this add-on. So I will increase the emission just a little bit so that we see where we have the foam generating. All right, so now, as you can see, we also have some foam here, but that comes from this plane that we have here, because it's too close to the surface of the ocean. Actually, go to solid view so that it's faster. Yeah, that's what I mean. You see, now it's too close for this, and that's why it's generating this foam. So in order to fix that, what we're going to do is rather, I will drag it down a bit so that it's not generating the foam. Like this. Or even more. Yeah, you see, the more I sink it to the ocean, the better it is. Or alternatively, you don't want to hide like the majority of it. You can, of course, just select again this one, and the range, just downscale the range, maybe not the percentage but the range. Yeah, something like that, because I want to emphasize that this thing is really huge. That's why I would keep it very thin, even more, like this. And then I will increase the emission of this foam just a little bit, so it's more prominent. Like this. Check this out, folks. If that's not beautiful, I don't know what it is, really. Check this out. So I can try to view it from this angle. You see? So in just really in a couple of clicks, you're able to create amazing looking geometry, which you can use to decorate your backgrounds, or even use as a hero models in some cases. And don't forget that you can always enhance them in ZBrush, or you can stay right here in Blender and enhance them using the sculpting tools, amazing sculpting tools of Blender. And then you can always go back to TrueDepth and play with all these nice parameters that I was covering in my previous video, where I was reviewing the TrueDepth add-on and its latest version 3. So that's absolutely fantastic add-on. So you can continue playing with the exposure, gamma, saturation, temperature, of course, and of course you can play with the rotation, playing with the shadowing. That's really cool by itself. That's really cool what you can achieve with just by just rotating the HDRI and playing with the shadows, how you can balance the shadow side and the lit side. Just look at that. These are actually two completely different images. See? So that's really beautiful. Look at all of these details. And then of course you can create the camera, Control Alt 0 to align it to the view, then just zoom out a little bit. And also what I like to do, I'm switch to camera tab, and here I want what I want the viewport display, and I want to up this to 1 so that it's 100% black. And then I will press this lock button, and then I would continue positioning, like framing my shot so that it's nice and realistic. And of course, like I said, you can always like spend some extra minutes and delete those unneeded words here, unneeded faces rather, right? So that's really fantastic, and I highly recommend you guys using this kind of techniques with a little bit of tweaking and probably a little bit more time with Gemini. You will be able to achieve really amazing, stunning results in minutes, literally. And that's what we all sometimes lack, the time, right? I highly encourage you guys using it. This is a beautiful add-on. So both of them, the TrueDepth and the Real Water, fantastic for concept art, fantastic for any type of quickly generating ideas. And yeah, so that's all. Thank you. Bye bye.